Once you are inside a product, you will notice that there can be possibly many different variations of that product. One of our most diverse products are engravable bones. There are 641 configurations of how to get an engravable bone. How you select those variations is through these selectable buttons. The buttons come in three types. The first type is unselected. The second type is selected. The third type is non-selectable or not available. The easiest thing to do when you're in a product that has many configuration possibilities is to go with the most important aspect. For example, do I want crystal elements? If I do, I select that, and then it's obvious my only other options are to get aluminum and large size and only the available colors. If I wish to choose something as I wish to have only brass, you'll see that the size and the features and the colors are much limited also. If you choose something such as I want an extra large bone, you can see that the materials are limited and you cannot get them with crystal elements. So when you're selecting options, choose one at a time, such as I want stainless steel, wait a second and then say, okay, do I want them in medium size? I do not want to have crystal elements, and am I okay with the available finishes? And then finally select the available quantities before adding to cart. The easiest is when you go with the basics, of course. For example, if I want a aluminum small, I don't wish to have any crystal features, I just want it standard and I want black and I want 25 of them, you will see that that's pretty straightforward. And on the left hand side you'll see the product specifications that tell you what are your selections. Now, where it gets a little interesting is we purposely have struck out areas that are not available. It can get a little confusing because the red areas are selectable. You can still select brass. Now, what does this mean? What am I doing here? This looks very confusing. Yes, it is. We are doing our best to figure out a way to simplify. And you may say, well, what am I supposed to do? I don't know how to unselect all of these. The easiest is to reset your browser. I'm in Chrome. This is how I can reload the page to reset everything back to normal. If you happen to be in Safari and get a little lost, which is quite easy and you don't know what to do, this is how you reset your browser. The other way is to unselect what you have selected. So what you have selected is in dark. If you just simply unselect those things, you will go all the way back to the beginning. So again, reviewing, if something is in gray, you can select it. If it is in crossed out red, please do not select it, because if you happen to select things that are not available and you try to add it to cart, you're going to get an error message that will say the product is not available. That means that what has been selected is not an available option. So if you select options that are all available and you add it to cart, it will show up in your shopping cart.